Hi, welcome to SAS Introduction. A different approach. So, here we are calling it as a different approach. The reason is in general SAS introduction classes, just we'll come to know a few things like how to open a SAS application, how to write a SAS program, how to execute a SAS program, how to create a report in SAS, maybe what is clinical SAS, and how to create a HTML report in SAS. These kind of questions we can get the answer, but so now here we are going for the different approach because, and it is required also. The reason is before going to learn how to open SAS application, you should know what is SAS application, what SAS is meant for, where SAS software is used, which kind of software it is. So this information you should know, right? So before going to know all these things, we are going to know these things first. That is the reason we are calling it as a different approach. So what are the categories of softwares are there? SAS comes under which category? What are the competitors for SAS in the market? Which domains SAS software is used? What are the pre-requirements to learn SAS? How to open a SAS application? So after learning the first 5 questions, then we can come for the 6th question, how to open a SAS application, right? Right there. So first of all, let us see the list of softwares in the market. Not only these, there are thousands of softwares out there in the market. C, C++, Unix, Photoshop, SAS, Oracle, like that. There are so many softwares, but all these softwares are of not same category. There are different kinds of softwares, different categories are there, and as per the different categories, even SAS also comes under one particular category. So let us see what are the categories we have and SAS comes under which category, right? Here I have given some kinds of categories, and of course this is not the standardized category. Just to understand what are the softwares in the market, regular softwares we approach, we will come across, and among that what are the categories we have. So this information we are going to get from this now. So operating systems, languages, packages, DBMS, data warehousing, web applications. These are the different categories we have. Among this, operating systems, very well known category, Windows, Unix, mainframes, Linux, like that. Different categories of softwares are there. Actually these are meant as a mediator between a machine, a computer, and a human being. So if you want give some commands to the machine, then that is possible by using an operating system, nothing but a platform between you and the machine. Fine. So if you want to run any software, first of all you should have some operating system, then on that platform only you can run your applications. So this is what the basic and important category. And after this, languages, very well known category. Languages in the market, there are so many softwares like C, C++, Java, Perl, COBOL, like that. We will hear so many softwares in the market. All these are the languages which are by using the languages, whatever may be the requirement you have related to IT, we can fulfill by using these languages. But only the thing is, you should have the coding knowledge, then only you can make use of these languages. For example, I will give you some small example. Once if you enter into any supermarket or any shopping mall, there the person will enter all the items list, then finally we will get a bill, and at the end of the day he will get the total sales of the day and all those things, he will get the report. Actually to do this thing, actually he has to write one program, but he will not come and he will not write some learn some SAS or some C, C++, and he will not write some program there, right? He is directly using one application, that is nothing but, even that application is also developed in some languages like C, C++, or Java or something else. So generally the programmers, C programmers or C++ programmers will write some programs, nothing but they will create some applications, and those applications they will install in that machine. Now it becomes a package, a ready-made package, which is more user friendly. Now that end user is making use of that software. Now he need not learn any of the languages any programming languages or any programming knowledge is not required. Directly he can make use of those languages. In simple words, if you want to say, language is like a piece of cloth, and the packages, the applications which are already existing and which are user friendly, those are nothing but the ready-made clothes. So directly you can make use of that, but remember that is for limited usage. That application can be used only for that purpose. But this is, language is like a piece of cloth. If you know stitching, if you know the programming knowledge, then you can make use of the language in any way you want. Right. The next category is packages, ready-made programs. For example, if you know accounts, you can make use of Tally, Photoshop, Flash, Microsoft Office. Like that, there are so many applications are there in the market which are ready-made packages. Directly you can make use of them. Here you are not going to write any program to perform your task. So directly we are able to make use of these tools. These are nothing but the packages. For example, even in your mobile also you will be having so many games and applications. Actually, all these games and applications are developed in some languages. Even though you don't know any of these languages, you are able to make use of them very comfortably, easily. That's what the packages we call. So which are very comfortable to use, user friendly but limited usage. That is nothing but the packages category. Next, after these packages, the most important category, DBMS, database management system. And as we know, database management system is which is specially designed to store the data in a particular manner and to provide the security. This is what the purpose of DBMS. There are so many DBMS softwares in the market: Oracle, SQL Server, Sybase, Teradata, DB2. Like that, there are so many softwares which can store the data and as well as provide the security also. Simply storing the data and providing the security means we can put the data in some pen drive or in hard disk and we can put that in a safe locker. Now the data is full of safe, but we can't use that data, right? You have to use the data. Meanwhile, it has to provide the security. That's what the databases will do. For example, let us take some bank. They will be having some hundreds of branches, thousands of customers and millions of transactions. And they will maintain all this data in particular server. For example, one bank is storing all their data in one particular server. Now, the customer who belongs to that bank, if he is having his online banking details, then he can make some transactions in his account. That means indirectly he is hitting the database, hitting their database server, and he is making some transactions in his account. Not only that user, all the users can make the changes in their own accounts, but one user cannot make any changes to other user account, because privilegizations are given as per that purpose only. And not only the customer, if the customer goes to the bank, even though they are having millions of transactions data in their database, whenever customer asks for his previous details, immediately they can provide the data. How it is possible means that's what the databases will do. The data will be stored in a particular manner, and that is the reason they can provide the data immediately. That means here even the bank employee is also able to hit the database, and he is also able to make some changes in your account, in the customer's account. That means not only one customer, he can make the other customer's account also. That means that bank employee is having more privilegizations than that customer. And even the manager level of that bank will be having more privilegizations than that employee, and CEO level will be having more privilegizations. That means different levels of privilegizations are also possible in these databases. Everyone is hitting the database, but the data is fully safe. That's what the databases will do. So there are so many softwares to do this in the market: Oracle, SQL Server, Sybase, DB2, Teradata, like that. So many softwares. All these do the same thing but different companies. Right. Then after this we have one more category, data warehousing category. Data warehousing. The main purpose of data warehousing category is, it sounds like data storage purpose. Actually, data warehousing tools are not meant for data storage. These are the tools designed for data manipulation. The software which deals with the data. Except storage, all the remaining things are possible. Like, let us suppose that we have census calculations, population calculations. Generally, the executive will be having all the questionnaires, then he will go to the public, there he will take all the information on the paper first. Like that, they will take the information throughout the country. So the information is now on paper, it's a hard copy information. Now later the people will enter the data from hard copy to soft copy. Maybe they will enter the data into some Excel sheet, or maybe some notepad, or maybe another application. So like that, the hard copy becomes a soft copy. Now let us suppose that some data is in the notepad format, some data is in Excel, some data is in some other format. Now you should take all this data into one format. You should able to extract the data from all these sources to one source. Later you have to clean the data and validate the data cleaning and validation, and maybe some making some changes. All these things you have to perform, nothing but the manipulation. Then now you have to do the reporting. So what is the total population, what is the state wise population, what is the district wise population, city wise population, and what is the male female ratio. All this type of information you need to create the reporting. Not only this, previous collection, for example this collection is for 2011, so you will be having the collection of 2001 every 10 years if you take the collection. So you have to take that information, 2010 collection, 2001 collection, and you have to compare with 2011, so that you can estimate how much percentage of population is increased, or any other effect, what is the effect, and what is the male female ratio, what is the percentage increase. Everything, all kinds of reporting can be done by these softwares. So here we are performing extraction, manipulation, and reporting. Later you have to store this data for further references. That means you have to load this data into the databases, like database management systems like Oracle, DB2 kind of softwares. So all these processes are done within this data warehousing tools. To perform this, we have so many softwares in the market like Cognos, DataStage, Informatica, Hyperion, etc. Okay, so these are the softwares which are meant to deal with the data. For data storage we have DBMS, for data manipulation we have data warehousing tools. And one more category is web applications related to networking. If you want to send the files, receive the files through internet and all, and social networking websites, there are so many softwares. All this comes under one category. So we are putting all of them as one category. So related to networking, related to send the files or receive the files, whatever it is. Okay, so this is one type of category. Now I hope you got some idea now. So we have different categories of software: operating systems, languages, packages, databases, data warehousing tools, and web applications. Like this we have multiple categories. Now which category SAS stands for? So as per your expectation, now SAS comes under which category among all these softwares, whether it comes under operating system or language or package or database? Fine, there is answer for this. SAS comes under data warehousing category, like Cognos, DataStage, Informatica, Hyperion. How they are going to deal with the data? In the same style, SAS is also going to deal with the data. So SAS comes under data warehousing category. So anyhow, SAS software comes under this data warehousing. So first let us focus on this data warehousing topic now. Actually, within this data warehousing we have two categories. One is reporting category and another one is ETL category. Reporting and ETL. So in the list of data warehousing softwares, some of them can perform reporting and some other softwares can perform ETL. Now here Cognos, Hyperion kind of softwares are specially designed for reporting, and DataStage, Informatica kind of softwares are specially designed for ETL purpose. ETL means extraction, transformation, and loading. Extracting data from different sources, then making some changes to the data, then loading the data into the database. So this process is called, generally we call it as ETL. So some of the softwares comes under ETL category, some other comes under reporting category. Now coming to the SAS software is having both capabilities. It can perform reporting, it can perform ETL also. Along with these two, SAS is having one more capability, statistical analysis. So there are some softwares which are specially designed for statistical analysis like SPSS, Quantum, Stata, or of course so many. So SAS also comes under this category too. So SAS is a statistical analysis tool, a reporting tool, and as well as an ETL tool. Of course, SAS is the leading tool in the market for statistical analysis. Right. Okay, now this is brief description about your SAS software. SAS stands for Statistical Analysis System. Actually, this software is developed in 1970s itself in North Carolina State University, and at that time they were performing some agricultural field experiments. They designed this software, and these are some information about the software. And SAS is having so many capabilities, like it can read the data, format the data, analysis, integrate the data, and it can make the programming simpler, and it's a powerful tool. Macro facility, it has cross platform, multiple platform, and platform independent too. Like that, so many capabilities are there for SAS software. Next, now coming to the SAS capability, how much data SAS can handle. So because SAS software is specially designed, the specialty of SAS software is it can handle huge data. That's what we know. How much data? What is the maximum capability? That means data in the sense, always we have to think of number of rows and columns. So how many rows and columns are possible by SAS software? Coming to the versions, 9.3 is the latest version. Of course 9.4 is also released, and previous to that 9.21, like that we have different versions. Up to 9.0 there was some limitation for columns, that is 36,767. Actually it's a very big number. And there, coming to the rows, there is no limitation at all, that is up to 9.0 version. But from 9.1 and above versions, SAS doesn't have any limitation for number of rows or columns. Whatever may be the size of the data, SAS can handle easily. And even though the data is huge, it doesn't lose the accuracy when it is performing statistical analysis on the data. That is the specialty of the SAS software. That is the reason whenever client requires accuracy on his data, then he will prefer for SAS software. Next, here there are different modules of software. Within the SAS software we have different modules, just you can have a look. SAS base, SAS ODS, SQL, macro, stat, graph, access. Like that we have different modules in this. And as we know, certification. Within SAS software, if you want to go for certification test, the prescribed syllabus for base SAS certification is two modules, SAS base module and SAS ODS module. SAS base is a major module and SAS ODS is also included in that. And once if you are qualified in base SAS certification, then you will be eligible for advanced certification also. In advanced certification, the syllabus will be, the prescribed syllabus will be along with this base and ODS, SQL and macros also will be included. And statistics separate module is also there if you want to go for certification, and other modules like graph for reporting purpose, and SAS access is to access the data from other databases like Oracle, DB2, Teradata kind of softwares. Next, so this is what we discussed about SAS software. Now where the SAS software is used and all these sort of topics we discussed. Now as a SAS programmer, in the programmer's angle, as a SAS programmers, what we do in SAS projects? So nothing but the SAS project flow. Simple concept. Client will give us some data, from that we should generate some analysis report. That's it we do in SAS programming. So how it goes, just let us see the flow. client may give us the data in any file format like notepad, excel sheet, and a database, maybe even SAS software format also. So almost SAS is having capability that it can read the data from almost all file formats, almost all types of file formats SAS can read the data. So first of all we read the data from different sources to SAS. First of all we will extract the data from different sources to SAS. Then this is nothing but extraction, we can say. After extracting the data into SAS software, then we will perform data cleaning, validation, nothing but working on the data, nothing but we can call it as data manipulation or data management. That's what we do. After this we can perform the analysis on the data. Okay, nothing but data analysis. After this we will do the reporting, data presentation. So basically as a SAS programmer we will perform four things: extraction, manipulation, analysis, and reporting. This is what the basic flow for any SAS project. Now this is a screenshot for SAS window on Windows. SAS software on Windows application, on Windows operating system. Right. Basically there will be three windows: editor window, log window, and output window. And apart from this left side we have two more windows: results window and explorer window. Basically the concept of editor window is, here we write the programs, our SAS programs we will write here, and after execution of these programs the information will be displayed in the log window. Here this is the window. Actually log window will give us all types of information about our program. So that is the reason, because of this log file only SAS software is called as self documentation tool. Then if you have any report in your program, that means any results, that results will be displayed in output window. Log window is not meant for results purpose, it will just display the information about your program. Even if you have any errors, warnings in your program, even any other suggestions are there in your program, everything will be displayed in the log window, and output window will display the results. And left side we have results window, which displays the list of results, not the results, just a list of results will be maintained here. And apart from this we have one more window, explorer window, to access all your system files. Even if you want to access your SAS files also, libraries and everything will be stored in the explorer window. From here onwards you can access all these files. Some information about this enhanced editor window, log window, output, results, and explorer window. So next, here is some small SAS program, data step and proc step. Actually SAS program is of two parts, data step and proc step. In simple words, we discussed there are four major tasks that we perform by using SAS software: extraction, manipulation, analysis, and reporting. In that, extraction and manipulation we can perform by using data step, and analysis and reporting we can perform by using proc step. Nothing but the two parts of SAS program. So whenever you submit SAS program, it will give the information in the log window like this. So how much time the program is taken to execute, and what is the CPU time, what is the real time, and how many rows, how many columns are there in your program. All such type of information will be maintained. And the results, if you have any results, that results will be maintained in the output window like this. This is about sample SAS program. This is the Windows. And thanks for watching this video, and thanks for your support. Thank you. Thanks a lot.